So I added the hot air balloon that Dr. Galen P. Gray first enters into. I added the storm, which kind of shows the event in which Galen P. Gray came. I added the hot air balloon. I also added the hay as like a symbolism towards June Muldoon, the main character's dead father. If you turn the page, I have my tickets. I kept it with the same exact design of the lightning and the storm and the farm to keep the continuity of it. We have a general admission ticket, which is $12, and a VIP ticket, which is $15, because of course you give a little more, you get a little more. If you return to the front of my binder, I have my program. It's called a PACE bill because I attend Msgr Edward Pace High School, so PACE bill is a little play on words. In the back of my program, I have my 3 social medias, in which would be published on all social medias, different posts about the show and such. If you turn the page after, I have my budget, in which you can see my basic cost, my promotional cost, and my budget total. And then on the back, you can see my projected income and my total income at the bottom. For my promotional project, it is a 3-part campaign that would take place the entire month before the show would go on. The first part of my campaign would be a farm stand display and taking inspiration from the show. The place that Galen P. Gray goes is called the Corner Cafe, so I wanted a farm stand to implement aspects of the show, and that would be presented in the middle of our school on every Friday and every Wednesday, half a day at school. On that day, we would be able to sell the hot air balloon cookies that I presented to you. I would also be able to sell cafecito shots, being able to appeal to my majorly Hispanic student body. So the cookies would would be $2.50, and the shots would be sold for $1, and this farm stand would be called Dr. Galen P. Gray's Daily Dose. And we would also be able to sell these long sleeve gray shirts for $15. Continuing on to the second part of my campaign, we have a cross-curriculum activity, which you can see the invitation for on the next page after the promotional project, where we would be able to invite EMT students to come and actually watch scenes from the play, and they would be able to actually familiarize themselves, and we could have a talk back with the cast, and they would actually be able to play a game in which they'd identify all the diseases that Dr. Galen P. Gray was diagnosing in the show. And the final element to my project, it's an open rehearsal. The tickets would be $3, and I would work with administration to email every agricultural worker and medical worker in our student body, every parent, every farmer, nurse, etc. Those invitations would go out via email blast, and it would be taking place on Saturday, March 30th, which is also National Physicians Appreciation Day. And on this day, the community can see just an open rehearsal and be able to familiarize their show. $1 would go back to PACE Drama, $1 would go to the Doctors Without Borders charity, and then another $1 of the ticket would go to the Farm Aid charity, both charities that appeal to my theme of my show. On the next page, you can see the original promo samples, which would be the 20 milliliter syringe that I'd be using for little cafecito shots. There's also the wood that would be going on the farm stand. And on the page after is the cross-curriculum invitation, which is the same handwriting that I used on my poster, making it look like an invitation from June Muldoon herself. And then in my feature article, both articles would be published that Sunday in the paper before they go, and would be released on the Sunday before the show, right after the Saturday open rehearsal. Thank you.